Thank you for holding. Your call is very important. The first available KIE representative will be with you shortly. Mode. Effective January 1st, 1978. All constant industrial electromechanics operations will cease. Please contact your assigned account representative for account transfers or contract settlements. Thank you for holding. Your call is very important. The first available KIE representative will be with you shortly.
Hello, Internet people. How you doing tonight? Are you doing good? I hope so. So, tonight is time for our next installment of the Legacy Golf Challenge. We got a few more golf games to get through tonight. We're still going through Commodore 64. We have a lot to get through. Now, luckily, a couple of them we've already covered with another media on the Commodore 64, like a cartridge or a tape. So we'll be skipping those. But still, we're in the P section. I think we're gonna be... I don't know, I can't think of any other way to name golf after the letter P, but then again, I didn't know what, I couldn't think of what games would start... I couldn't think of what golf games would start with a P already. Like... Like, I've no idea. I have no idea what's next in store for us here, is what I'm getting at. I'm inclined to think that we're almost done, but I've been wrong before. That's what I'm getting at. Anywho, so enough waffling from me. I think it's time we should just get to it. Oh, I forgot my hat. Can't go too far without my hat and my golf club. Oh, and I don't have any drinks on deck today. Good stuff. So, yesterday I was chatting about public transit in town. And one thing I mentioned was I heard about my city having the worst public transit in North America. So I'm like, where did I hear that? Because I know I heard it somewhere before. And I went to go look up where it could be, like that article, and I couldn't find it anymore. So now I'm starting to think if I went crazy. I doubt I went well and proper crazy and like imagined it. So then I started looking up a little bit more. And apparently there's a whole overarching story in my absence and while I haven't been looking. I wouldn't really call it more out of sight, out of mind, because I don't really take public transit anymore because of just how shit of an experience it was when I actually needed it. But it turns out that what happened over the past few years was that violence started to climb during mainly during the pandemic, when folks stopped taking it because they didn't need to go anywhere. Apparently violence had started to climb on the transit system, on the buses and the trains, and mainly train stations. And it had gotten quite severe, and I was just reading some articles before stream here, and it seems like at one point there were like 500 reports there was like a 2023 article saying that like there were 500 reported incidents of just people getting assaulted on the train. But then there was calls to bump security up, and now it has apparently been going back down now that there's actually, more people starting to use it, which is good. Like, I'm feeling better about it now, and I feel a bit sheepish that I can't find the article that I based that opinion on worst in North America on. But I think I might write it off as I may have gotten bit by misinformation. It can happen to anyone, I suppose. But yeah, I felt that one was important to say. It's like, well, anybody can get dinged with misinformation if you're not careful. In that case, I suppose I wasn't. Actually, not suppose. I obviously wasn't careful. So let's load this up here. So the next game we have on deck is Pro Golf again, but this time it's a different course, which means it's going to be annoying. Now, where is the Flint audio here? Because I think there it is. I'm gonna mute that for a second because I'm gonna bounce the video capture unit. Yes. Flint audio. it is. Seems to be behaving. Oh yeah, there's our annoying screech. Our annoying screechy sounds. Alright, let's see. Championship or practice? We'll go with practice. Or so actually single round. Number of players, 1. Oh my god. Random or user defined? Random. Wind. Variable. This seems slightly different because the course has rounded corners, but all of the informational windows are square. But aside from that, there's not too much different. Yeah, I was thinking about it more. Well, I was saying I was looking at articles about our city's public transit. But I was reminded of a story. And I learned the hard way that our bus system has has hours of operation. And I had, near the end of my time at my polytechnic I went to, I had to do some, like, really late night cramming. And so what I would do is I'd get up at, like, maybe 4 in the morning, take the bus to where I needed to go. O and P to select direction. Okay, so now I choose the direction first, hey? So now it's the force. So I would get up at like 4 in the morning, get to this polytechnic to just study all day until it was my signal to go home was that the systems administrators configured the computers to all shut down at a certain time at night. And so I would basically come in at 4 in the morning, study till the IT department configured the computers to shut down, or to the time they had configured the computers to be shut down, which came to around like 1 in the morning. And then I'd take public transit home and be bed at 4. So I'd be at home by midnight. And then I'd repeat the process. Well, one night I went a little too long. And then and after doing that for like 2 weeks, we'll just say I didn't have all my faculties. And I didn't know it, but I had just been sitting at a bus stop for I don't know how long. And a very nice gentleman came by to help. Specifically, a transit employee who was very nice of him. He saw me sitting at the bus stop, and I thought that was my bus, so I hop in, and he goes, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, what do you mean, what am I doing? And he says, you shouldn't be out here. I'm like, well, I'm waiting for the bus. And he's like, there are no buses. But you're a bus. He's like, yeah. I'm going back to the garage. We don't have buses running anymore. Like, our buses stop? And they're like, yeah. Have you ever checked the hours? It's like, I've never needed to check the hours. There's just a time of night where there's just no bus service? Like, yeah. Yeah, that is a thing. Which, I don't know. That seems like a crazy concept to me. I would think that people would need to go places at any time of day. And I would have thought that they would have had, like, a rolling fleet. But I suppose not. So I'm like, well, then why? So he's like, oh, I picked you up because I was going to the garage. So he made a diversion just for me to get me where I needed to go, which is really damn nice of him. He's like, if I didn't do that, you'd have probably been sitting there for forever. You'd probably have been sitting there till morning. It's a little annoying. I'm a little miffed about how our city handled public transit. Because for a very long time, we had downtown planned out to have basically a hub and spoke, almost like a hub and spoke network of underground LRT. And then in like the late 70s, early 80s, they kind of just canceled it all and said, well, everybody can have a car because we're an oil province. Everyone can afford a car because everybody goes out to these work sites, and they're not going to send buses or trains to a work site like multiple hours away from town. If eventually, we'll just tell everyone to get a car. Which I don't agree with, but I don't really get a say. Like, personally, I think that if you're in a metropolitan area, you should be able to get to most resources unless they're specialized with public transit at minimum. Sorry, at worst, I should say. But again, what do I know? I just fix computers, man. Actually, no, that's not true. I don't do that anymore either. Uh-oh. That worked out better than I thought. I thought I was going to hit it into the trees. Oh. I meant to hit yes. No backspin. Put that to 114 degrees again, I think. Yes. Okay, so it wasn't 114 degrees. Sand wedge. No backspin. Let's go 10. Don't need that much either. Could probably get away with 25. Straight up, but there's a strong slope, so 1, 2, 3. That should do. There we go. Well, it's not what I exactly wanted, but that came out pretty well anyway. 7 iron. No backspin. That'll do. And now the sand wedge. Backspin? No. And boop. Very nice. 60 seems okay. We'll put that to 90 degrees. There's a little bit of a slope. I don't know if that's gonna matter. Yeah, we'll go with it. Not a par. Looking good so far. Didn't get my blah 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 wording hard. Didn't get up to too terribly much else today. I tried to go out for an errand, and the moment I drove outside, I took 2 turns. 2 left-hand turns. I'm like, nope, I'm turning around. It is not safe out here. Like, whatever tires I got, it is not cutting it. But I had myself a nice lunch. Close to the hole-in-one. Oh, damn, that was almost a hole-in-one. Holy shit. There's a place, there's a good Indian food place. Actually, there's a lot of good Indian food places around me. And, this one in particular does make a very delicious butter chicken. And I guess they have a lunch special now, so they gave some chickpea, I forget what the chickpea dish was, and a big old pile of naan, and some butter chicken. That was a tasty time. Brought me great joy. Hey, Sunfa, how you doing? You doing good? I hope so. This is another variant of the game that squeaks. So just a heads up. Let's see here. Why not? Okay, this definitely needs a driver. But this time we're gonna put it to 94, 96, 98, 100. I think 100. Maybe 102. And we'll give it a walloping. Yes. And then pull her back. Source, fuck, I spent something like 5 hours today cleaning the master bedroom. It's almost certainly cleaner than it has been in 20 plus years, but fuck, I'm tired and aching. Yeah, you've been doing a lot of cleaning in that new place. Was it just like, was the place just not occupied, or was just the old tenants slobs? That should do. I'm not likely to ever have less furniture than now. There's no better time for me to do the tough stuff. No, it had a family in it, but they had dogs and an obsession with plug-in air fresheners. That means all the dust reeks of perfume smells. Oh. Yeah, those. And it's oily. And those are oil, too. And now you've got oily dust everywhere. I don't know what's... I was about to say, I don't know what's worse. Smoker's tar or those. But I do know the answer to that one. It's the air fresheners are the better choice. Because, you know, one's oil, the other's tar. Well, smoker tar is way worse. At least this you can get clean with persistence. Yes, and you don't need a lot of strong detergent for it either. I came to understand why a lot of computer repair shops stopped offering like repair services for smokers' computers if they could help it. Because, like, my god, those things get clogged. Damn, that was almost a chip-in. Yeah, that was a par 4 too. 108 should do. I had a pleasant surprise yesterday. I left the house for an extended period for the first time since I moved in. I was at my friend's for roughly 5 hours, and when I came back home, the house smelled good. Nice and neutral, no strong odors. I worried that I'm noseblind to some underlying funk because I live there, and that's part of why I'm cleaning so robustly, but I think my efforts are really paying dividends. That is really good news. I wouldn't say that my living conditions are poor, but I sometimes get worried about that too. Like, is there something rotting that I don't notice because it was so minute? Not that I really leave things to rot. Oops. Let's go with 108 full power. And there's no question that when I came here before to tidy up, before I moved in, it had strong smells all over the place. Mostly those plugins slowly dissipating after I unhooked them, but still. I think in my place, the most strong smell is lemons and limes. And that's because I have a bottle of D-limonene in my bedroom. Well, my bedroom is also my workbench, which is probably not a very healthy thing, but you do what you can when you have no space. I mean, a sense go, that's a pleasant one. Yes, I concur. If I could have any industrial chemical to smell, I would prefer D-limonene. Oh, that's a 1 wood. It's funny, because I occasionally get these letters being like, this product has been recalled, and I'm like, oh no, that's bad. Well, okay, no, I haven't responded to that with every letter they sent me. The first letter they sent me, they're like, oh, this product's been recalled, and I go, oh no, I wonder why it's been recalled, and I go look it up. It says it's because it doesn't have child-proof packaging. I'm like, why would you need child-proof packaging on industrial chemical? I was like, well, so kids don't get into it. It's like, well, kids aren't in an industrial environment. Like, it's literally a 1 liter in, you know those old school oil cans from like the 50s? It's one of those, except really, really tall, and it's got a liter of D-limonene in it. I was like, yeah, of course it doesn't have child protection on it. Yeah, I'll occasionally get reminders like, you need to destroy this immediately. I'm like, no. No, I don't. If a kid can get up there and drink it, that's on them. Oh my god, this child broke into the building and drank all my D-limonene. I suppose it would be a good lesson to a child about material safety data sheets. Baby's first MSDS manual. Yes. From Fisher-Price, and it lights up when you push the buttons. It's like those big cardboard turning pages. Oh, it's gonna be a long-ass putt. Possibly an unpopular opinion, but if you're cleaning chemicals for like your house or your bathroom, specifically your bathroom, don't come with a material safety data sheet, they're either useless as cleaning chemicals or they're shit. They're either so weak they're useless. They're either a shit chemical or so weak they're useless. Oh, that barely got in. Holy shit. Okay, one wood. Pretty strong wind. Might need to do that to correct for it. Hey, when I was a really little kid, they taught us Wemyss. I think it was like in elementary school when they taught us Wemyss. It's like, how far of a stretch is it to tell a kid about MSDS? Do they not know what pulp and paper is? Well, they're gonna learn today. Actually, I'll just keep it at that strength. Because that slope is pretty spot on to where the hole is. Is selection correct? Yes. Well, it would have been if I aimed better. Alright, 90 degrees. Yes. And boop. Definitely don't need that. It's probably a... I think a 3-iron could get me over there. No backspin. You know, sometimes a small child needs to learn what they can and cannot drink by drinking the wrong thing. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just an intergenerational thing. 30. That barely went anywhere. Let's bump that up to 70. Actually, that's a strong slope. Maybe I should bump it up to 75. Actually, you know what? With the strength with the strong slope like that, maybe I should just cut as is. Ah, that was a good call. Even par after 8 holes. Alright. Bit of a strong wind on this one. One wood should be fine. But now... the wind should pull that to the green. Just to the side of it. Alright, backspin, no. Doop-a-doop-boo, boop-a-doop-boop-boo. And that lined up. Correct? Yes. And boop. One under after 9 holes. Well, shit. I'm figuring this out. And now that I've said that, it's gonna go really wrong. A little lower. Yeah. No, there. The wind should correct for me here. If I swing it right. I did not swing it right. Cough. Excuse me. Thought I'd be able to turn the microphone off in time, but I couldn't. Backspin, new. Ratchet that down. Here. Well, it's better than it was. 5 iron, no backspin. Spin that around to probably here. That looks right. And that looks right. Not terrible. Not terrible. We're gonna need a bit more oomph here. And we're gonna go straight down, so 180 degrees. And then, since the slope is one arbitrary unit to my left, We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 5. Yes. Wasn't enough umph anyway. That would have been way off, but still not enough. Not enough beans. An insufficient level of beans. You know, speaking of oils from our previous conversation, I was reminded of a time I had to bring a computer in for warranty work. And it was a very odd mode of failure. What had happened was one day, it just wouldn't post. So I brought the board in for warranty work, and the fella in the service, like, returns and maintenance. Okay, so a little bit of background. We have a chain of computer stores in Canada called Memory Express. And it's basically, think of Micro Center, except a little lesser, and just as straight up computers. Computers and TVs and cameras. But nothing else. And what they'll let you do is you can buy your own parts, and they'll put a warranty on all of the parts for you. And that's what I did. And then I bought all the parts, put my computer together, and just one day it wouldn't post. And I went to do a warranty repair for the motherboard. The gentleman I spoke to tried to void it right then and there, because what he saw was a puddle with dust packed on it, and he said, "That looks like pop." Like, what the hell do you mean that's pop? Like, yeah, you can see the puddle, and you can see all the dust sticking to the puddle. That's what pop does when you spill it. This thing sits in the corner of a room. Pop can't get in it. Like, no, I think we're gonna void it. I'm like, no, I think you're gonna look at it. And that's when I learned about a new potential mode of failure for a computer. The mode of failure? The VRM's overheated. So all of the voltage regulators for the motherboard cooked. And you're like, well, how did they cook? Well, I'll tell you. There was a giant heatsink on all of them. And that heatsink is stuck, has a thermal pad stuck to it. So that's what's stuck between the actual VRM and its heatsink. Because I chose to stand the motherboard vertical instead of lying it down, all of the oil, which was used to actually conduct the heat in the pad, managed to drain out. And so that puddle full of dust was the oil dripping off of the VRM onto the bottom of the case. Oh no, sorry. Not the bottom of the case, the top of the GPU. On its, like, metal or plastic reinforcing backplate. And that's why dust collected on it. So it wasn't sugar. It wasn't a sugary evaporated syrup. It was oil. So now I have... now that's just like a new paranoia unlocked for me. Will the oil leak out of the thermal conducting pads? That is wild. Like, I would have never thought of that. Like, honestly, I hadn't even noticed the puddle of... the weird puddle with dust on it until the technician brought it up. and said that I did it. I've been assured now that that's not an issue anymore. But I'm not sure I believe that. Because maybe it's just I don't understand how... maybe it's just I don't understand how new thermal pads are made. But I thought that thermal pads were like rubber. I think it was like silicone with ceramic dust and some type of electrically insulating yet thermally conducting oil. So I don't understand how you can form that in a way that the oil doesn't leach out. Because it's basically just a rubber sponge with ceramic in it. I wonder what the cheapest... Not cheapest. I wonder what, like, the most thermally conductive material you can get your hands on is that isn't diamond. There was a... Shit, what was it? I found this material on a McMaster car. It was like a very thermally conductive metal, and it was quite soft. And they sold it in like in foil and in sheets. I almost had half a mind to try it on something I didn't really care about. I'm trying to remember the material. I think I said on Mastodon once what it was. Oh, that's a strong slope. Okay. So I don't need to putt so hard. Oh, I learned something a month ago. It made me very sad, and I'll have to check if McMaster Car made it better. So, McMaster Car will not only provide, like, industrial scientific and manufacturing materials, they also supply a small bit of office materials. And one of their subsections of office materials was snacks. And one of their snacks was the Swedish fish. And so someone, I would presume this is either something an intern or a very, very senior person at McMaster Car would do. They used their 3D scanner and CAD and made an acceptance test or prototyping model of the Swedish fish. And that's meant for if they had like a particular tool or fitting for a machine, they would do a 3D scan of it and make a 3D model so you could do like a rough fit in. So you could like 3D print it and test it yourself to see if that was actually the part you need before buying it. So somebody chose to do that with the Swedish fish. Just so you can see if it fits in your mouth, I guess. And a few months ago, I realized that somebody took that out. And I want the 3D model of the Swedish fish back. I actually want them to do that to all their snacks. I need to see, if I 3D print it, if it fits in my hand and it fits in my mouth. This is imperative. I must know. Alright, how close to the hole did I get? Well, it's pretty close. Is this correct? Yes. Did it. You know what makes me sad? The Sunningdale scorecard does not provide the bird. The little bird that flies by when you get a birdie. Because now I don't get to make that same joke of, hey, look, a birdie, and I'm under par, and now I'm sad. I didn't get to wear that joke out to the point where people didn't want to hear it anymore. I think people didn't want to hear it the first time, but until I didn't want to hear it anymore. Their suffering sustains me. Now we'll put it all away. If I overshoot, I overshoot. Actually, that was really close. If I had just aimed a little better. No backspin. Drink that here. And then 25, and yes, and pull her back, and let her fly. Oh, this is going to be a tough one. I'm going to be putting right uphill. I think I want to try this. So I do deliberately want to miss, so then I kind of roll back. That would have worked if I had a harder putt. I think this will work. All right. Gonna do this. That, I think. I was kind of hoping the wind would help. I'm in the rough, so I can't use a wood. We'll use a 2-iron. Backspin, new. God, that is an abnormally long, just disapproving low tone. Alright, 4-iron then, fine. That's exactly what we'll use. 5 iron. Thought about it for a minute. What? I don't get it. What'd I do? Fine, we'll use a 6 iron then, I guess. Did the ball actually just fly away, or was that a bug? I didn't catch it. That's bullshit. That is so close. Yeah, 2 iron. No backspin. And the wind should carry me the rest of the way. Yeah, you know, we'll leave it there. Little too high. That's fine. I took the long way around. Gotta do this. Ooh, that's really good. Okay. 1 wood's fine. You could probably get away with the 2 iron there. Backspin, no backspin. Yeah. Yeah, just like that. Come on, wind. Alright, into heavy rough then. Well, fine. about 75? Yeah, 75. Almost done. Holy shit. This one's going pretty quick. It's nice when the game doesn't just like up and crash on you. Like all the time. Ah, shit. Christ, the wind's getting worse. No backspin. We'll put it there. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do. Like how it says close to the hole, and it is nowhere close. Actually, I'm going to keep this at 60 because of how strong the slope is. We're going to do this. Almost. Pull that down to 10. Straight on. And... Alright, last one and we can switch to another game. One that doesn't squeak so much. Okay. Pretty strong wind. I think I need to compensate for that. Like that. Yeah, that'll do it. And then I do that. Then I did a pull. Yes. So I was looking a little bit further into the health concerns with black plastics. And, it was actually, putting the, like, actual health risk aside, it's actually a pretty interesting systemic issue. So apparently, the reason they're not specifically naming certain products is it's because it's no specific product's fault that this health issue with black plastic exists. It seems, from what I had read, was that it had to do with chemicals and additives added to certain black plastics to prevent them from being combustible, like to stop them from lighting on fire. And I guess through the active recycling, that amount was becoming further and further concentrated. And then it's now those chemicals are at a level that aren't safe to consume, which is why the recall on black plastic rather than like black Betty Crocker egg flippers or something was brought up or like was advised. I thought was pretty interesting that it was a problem in recycling. Well, not a problem, like a systemic issue in recycling rather than like a mistake in manufacture. I did research last night for the night before too. Such an interesting result. And yeah, the fact it's because of recycling is honestly pretty wild. So then it brings up some other questions like, well, what is the process for recycling plastic other than melting it down? Because if additives are included in plastics to change their characteristics for certain to address certain issues or certain risks, does that mean they haven't been taking them out? Does that mean that they were supposed to take them out and didn't? Or is it that nobody accounted for the fact that those would still be present? Like, I don't know. Alright, so that was Pro Golf Sunningdale. I don't think I want this tea. Something... I don't know what it is. That tea tastes like chemicals. Doesn't taste like tea. I think I need to run some powder brewery wash through it or something. Perhaps it has flame retardant in it. Oh, maybe. I wouldn't doubt it. Alright, so we're skipping putt-putt golf because we already played putt-putt golf on cartridge. Finally finished my daily rhythm gaming. Good meditation for you? I know for some it's very meditative. Or is it like one of those dailies like you would see in an RPG? Not at the difficulties I play. Oh, you go crazy, huh? Okay, did I play Simu Golf already? Let's see. G M G G G G G G L M. Nope, we appear to have not played Simu Golf. Simu Golf 1988. Cracked by Ikari. Again, a lot of golf games cracked by, like, piracy rings, which is very... very strange to me. Like, I wouldn't think that this would be something that they would dedicate their resources to. I've been playing since DDR back in the late 90s, and Parappa the Rapper a bit before that. But that's really a different ball of wax. Yeah, Parappa the Rapper's... I guess, yeah, you could call that a rhythm. Well, no, it is a rhythm game, but... I get what you mean. Because Parappa the Rapper is more like a story. It's more story than the actual game. I got to do a bit of work on an In the Groove cabinet. I would go so far as to say that Mike Tyson's Punch-Out is a proto-rhythm game. Because you're taking visual and audio cues and you're doing moves to them. Yep. Alright, so we are still loading up. Good. Hasn't shit the bed yet. Dance Aerobics, which was a Power Pad game, is pretty explicitly just straight up a rhythm game. Dance Aerobics. Power Pad, that's for the PlayStation, right? NES. Oh, that was the NES's pad. Oh, yeah. I remember that they had a pad for that. Well, I was a little late to stream today because I wouldn't say I fell down a rabbit hole, but I did get a little distracted. Have you ever watched Usagi Electric before? I think I might have talked about that channel before. I had the Power Pad NES that came with a 3-in-1 cart with Super Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt, and World Class Track Meet. I never had the other Power Pad games. The channel's name is Usagi Electric. Like Japanese for bunny. Yeah. So this guy does not just retro hardware, but he does legacy hardware. What I mean by that is, like even going back into like teletypewriters and like pre-integrated circuit computing as well. And I was late to stream because I got to watch, and he got, I think as of a few days ago, he now has credit for operating the oldest running computer in North America, and that's a Bendix G15. Right, if the game is cracked, this is it loading. This isn't it shitting the bed, right? Yep, okay, good. Yep, that was it loading. Now, was that loading or was that crap? Okay, that was loading. Francesco Carla presents Simul Golf, designed and programmed by Ivan Venturi. Copyright 1988. Simul Mondo. One player. Name of player. Number of courses. Oh. Select course. The first one. Oh, okay, well now I'm not as impressed. But this is still nice. Do I get to use the joystick? No. F1. Number of players, 1. Name of player. Yeah, it's kind of cool that that logo fades, but I don't understand why it did that. Okay, so F1 put me back to the main menu. F2, nothing. F3, nothing. F4, nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, shift, spacebar, return, the other shift, plus, minus, fire. Maybe it does require a joystick. Hmm. I guess not. Z. Back. Okay, Shift F1. Okay, something tells me I was actually supposed to use the joystick, but that it didn't work. Let me check something out here really quick. My Bluetooth thing being a nuisance? I think it is. Did the connection get loose? Ah, there we go. Gotta think of a better way to hook that up. What I need to do. Invest in a better solution for wiring that up. Code. Star. 8-1. Yeah, it's just taking forever for the controller to sync up to it. I'm pretty sure it needed the joystick. Alright. Well, I knew we were going to have at least some kind of speed bump along the way. Now we're loading away. we're gonna get to see all those crazy Cracktro loading screens again. Track 9. All right, run. Cracked on December 14th, 1988 by Tridos. Intro by Fletch. Alright. Let's try this again. 1. Name of player, HN. Number of courses, 1. Select course, 1. Let's try this again. Yep. Oh yeah, that's exactly how. And now it's just really quiet. And now it's just really painful. Okay, this is kind of impressive. How are they? I think it's doing collision by the pixel, not by that block. Like, you know how in, what am I trying to say here? Not by like a tile. Right, because you could have like a 45-degree tile, so you know that, like what the angle of it is, and then you do the calculation based on that. I think it's doing it by the pixel, which is why near that curve, it started acting a little weird. That's my thoughts anyway. So I was thinking it's like, oh, it's just going to be one of those, you hit the corner so then it bounces 45. And that's not what it did at all. I'm going to try this now. Yeah, I think it's doing... like, doing a collision by pixel, not by tile. So a rocket? Am I throwing this into a rocket? Interesting. And there. You know, I kind of like this. It's got a lot of really good polish to it. Even if it does act a little weird around corners. I say that, but then that weird thing happened right there. I skip right over. Damn it. Let's see what happens if I get it in that little notch. If I lined it up. I did not line it up. Oh, that's an outlet. That was dumb of me. Oh, I see. If you hit it too hard and try and bounce it off the wall, it just spits your shot back at you. Now I'm struggling. May have spoken too soon about liking this game. Yeah, it hold. Okay, good. It let me stroke out. Okay, now this should be a 45. This one's gonna be tough for me. Oh, this looks pretty cool. Strange. Not bad at all. This one's gonna be tricky. I'm gonna miss. That actually worked out really well. Boop. Yeah. Oh, now it's getting real tricky. Let's see what happens. Badness. That's what happens. Oh. And bunk. Oh, that would have been perfect if I didn't cut so hard. And boop. That's a shame. I kind of wanted to see the end of that one. Kind of deprived of satisfaction on that one. And boop. Come on, man. I just got up to go to the bathroom and discovered that as thanks for all the work I did today, my feet bought and paid in full subscription to the Torment Nexus. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Nice, 6 over par. Okay, now they're just getting mean. The corgi is being mean to me. It's fine, I love walking around like a 113-year-old man. Sometimes it is a little funny. As you slump down on your bed staring at the ceiling, you'll realize there's a humor to be appreciated here. Son of a bitch. Oh, and it spits it out at an angle, which makes the next one even harder. And hold out. That was Simu Golf. You know, it was enjoyable until the end, where they're like, look at all of these difficult things we can do. A lot of those would be a lot funner, I feel, if they didn't make those inputs, like the width of the golf ball. It's after a while, it just started getting a little unfair to me. Maybe it's that I have to get better at it. Maybe it's that it's unfair. I don't know. I'm inclined to think it was a little unfair. I mean, the point of mini golf is to be fun. And sometimes that means making it a little easy. And then slowly ramping you up to something hard. Especially if it involves, like it said there, you can have up to 4 players. So this is an Italian one here. It says, Torino Open de Golf, 1989. Edicola Super Game 2000 is the... I love that developer name. Super Game 2000. What should we call ourselves? Super Game. That's not good enough. Super Game 2000. It's like, done. There we are. So, one thing I realized, not playing back the stream after, but just to make sure everything is okay, I have a playback of what the public should see from the stream playing back at me just really, really low. And I've noticed that over the past few streams, the delay between me and the viewer is getting quite large, which makes it kind of hard to, like... It makes it a little hard to ask a question, or for people to give, like, feedback in time when I ask a question. And I realized that, like, yesterday when I was asking for recommendations to raid, like, I had already asked, looked, and decided before it had, like, really gotten to anybody. Like, the question had really gotten to anybody. So I have to be a little more cognizant of that in the future. Because it seems like I can't really put it to low latency, because I guess there's some stability and ingest issues which make that hard to do. Or, like, make that not a good idea to do, I should say. No, we've played this already. Yeah, we've already played this before. It's fun. I'll admit that. If it weren't for that 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 they do to try and, like, simulate a guy playing the keys in ragtime. Come on, nuke it. I never thought I'd say that I dislike how high quality the RAM chips are that I bought, because they store the data that's in them for too long. And then we get shit like this. So I have to turn it off, count to 5. Did enough of it corrupt out that it's gonna go back to basic? Thank you. Okay, so Torino Open Golf by OpenD Golf from Edicola Super Game 2000 has already been played. Okay, so next, Tournament Golf. Here we are, Tournament Golf 1983 Avalon Hill. And then we also have Tournament Golf 1983 Avalon Hill Microcomputer Games, Side B. Okay, so this is Side A. Have we already played Tournament Golf? Yes, we played Torino Open to Golf already. Tournament Golf. I don't think we have. Tournament Golf by Ken Coates. The Avalon Hill Game Company. Computer program and audio-visual display copyrighted. Whoa, that must mean it's pretty advanced stuff if it's all copyrighted. I mean, it's still loading. It was just telling me it was still alive. Look at the little stick man. Wow. Oh my god, we're in the 21st century now. I think this is gonna be either this is very... I have good hopes about this one. I think this one's gonna be amazing. How many players? 1. H. Amateur. Insert course disk in drive, then press F1. .73 CBM DOS 2. Oh, for fuck's sake. So remember when I've said before that the disk drive is its own computer? Well, that's the prompt when it boots up inside itself, and that just came across the serial line, and I don't know why. But now we know that this emulates Commodore Business Machines DOS 2.6 for the 1541 disk drive. Wow, I fucked that up. Let me try that again. Yeah, oops. F1. Oh, is gone. Wait. Are those question marks? Am I controlling DOS on the floppy disk drive on the 1541 over the serial right now? Is that what's going on? I'm going into territory I don't want to be in. I'm gonna abort. We're gonna back out. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. That is a path to madness I am not prepared for. Add. Add. Down. Direct. There we go. Alright, so we'll let that load up here. Oh, there's a whole separate command structure if I wanted to actually screw around in DOS on the 1541 floppy drive itself. Alright. We'll let it load again. Now this time, I have things sorted a bit better. One of the quirks with this Raspberry Pi I'm using to emulate the 1541 disk drive is if you want to swap disks, you you have to predefine what those disks are that you're going to swap beforehand, because if you just up and swap the disk, it just shits the bed. Okay. New game. 1 player. H. Amateur. Now we're gonna switch. And then press F1. And now it's working. Low score 99, south course. Hole 1, 396 yards, par 4. Do I get my silly little man? Oh, I'm so glad these graphics are copyrighted. Isn't this amazing? Where's my silly little man, though? I want the silly little man. Use club. Club driver. 2 wood, 3 wood. Driver. There he is! Limits. AWJS arms. FR wrist. Okay. S. A. W. F1 return. Oh. Alright, let's stumble through this together. F1. Space. Enter. F. R. Joystick. Arms. Flub. Press F1. Okay. Okay, this is getting interesting. Flub. This is so strange. Everything is a flub. Okay, you know what? Admittedly, I'm glad the little man is back. But what is FR? Is that fire? Oh my god. FR is fire. So I can swing and twist my wrist. So I can twist my wrist as I swing. iron, 3 iron, 4 iron, 5 iron. Alright. Shame I can't use fire to continue. I have to press F1. Limits, angle, 90 to 180, W, 45 to 90. So A for angle. Wrist, 45 to 90. Wrong club. Arms 90 to 180, wrists 45 to 90. And that's in degrees. Wrong club. Press F1. How do I have the wrong club? Okay, fine. We'll use a wedge. Limits. Okay. Wrong club. But I'm in rough. I would need a wedge. I like his little tam o' shanter. Okay, 90 to 180. I just missed. I just completely and utterly missed. Okay, F1. So the wrist has to be 45 to 90, and the arms have to be 90 to 180. So we'll do 90 and 90. Club. What do you mean wrong club? Tree. Okay, so now I'm in a tree. On fairway. Okay, we're gonna get a little bit better situated on the fairway. The little golfer man plays like I do. Yeah, let's just get onto the fairway. Jesus Christ. I'll figure this out. And release. Okay. I'm getting it. I'm getting it, and it's weird, and I kinda like it. This is the weird games I want. Like, this is stupid fun. So I don't have a power meter. It is all in my swing. And how I have to time it is important. Because if either arms or wrists resets to the 0 position where the ball is, that's a hit. And if I have my angles wrong, everything goes to shit. Okay. We're gonna go 90 and 90. Might be a flub. Nope, that was a pretty good shot. Wedge. Okay. I'm in a bunker. Okay, now we're gonna see what the green is like. What the fuck am I looking at? I'm getting it, and it's weird, and I kinda like it. The Larry Bird story. It's one of these things where, like I've said it before, in an era where, like, how to plan out a golf game wasn't known, and like the internet wasn't that much of a thing, and it was only like bulletin board systems, which was still pretty fragmented. You sometimes get these like weird little evolutionary pockets where you're like, something went horribly wrong in that environment for those mutations to manifest. And this is just one of those examples. Okay, so my wrists are gonna go nowhere. I'm just gonna go... What? Whoa, no. No. Cease. Is it gonna load the fairway back? Okay, good, it's not. Jesus, this guy's got it. With an arm like that, this guy could really drive a ball through a tree. Fuck you. God damn it. Oop. $23. Continue. We are so continuing. We are so continuing. Why is everything blowing up? Okay. 45 to 90. So trying to figure out the nuance to the swing is going to be tough. But I'm just going to do 90 and 90. Okay. So what I've been doing is I've just been holding the backswing and fire until the arms are at 90 degrees and letting go. And then that allows the wrists and the arms to be at the same place. But if I do... Actually, you know what? Let's try this. We're going to go all the way back to 180. And then here we'll back and release. Flub. Okay. So that doesn't work. I'm in a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back on the fairway. Drop. Oh my god, I can be a cheating son of a bitch. I'm not going to. I think I landed in the river is what it was. Okay, well, I'm not going to go over the water. Nine iron should do. And boom. Flub. Oh, you. Lob recovery. Sand recovery. Now the wrists thing is the challenge. That's what I think I gotta figure out next. So I am here. Oh, and that thing in the corner's my brake. Okay. Bonk. Really? Fine then. And oh. Well, that worked out okay. can just go, funk. Alright. Better than last time. Ow. Number 2 rough, 6 iron will do. Probably. That was a 6 iron, not an appropriate club. Fine, a 9 iron. Wrong club. Wedge. Long recovery. Okay, long recovery, I guess? Okay, so if I use the wrong club, it'll tell me no. It'll punish me for that, so let's use this one. The little animated man just does it. Just makes it cute. It's fun. This is fun. This is stupid and it's fun. The controls are the exact amount of jank one would expect. One comes to expect from their artisan retro golf games. Okay, admittedly, I'd be a little proud of the golfing man. I think I really would. I'd try and copyright my little golfing man. Can you really copyright a stick man in a tam o'shanter? No. But goddamn, that must have been some impressive coding. But I've not seen another one do that before. Like, because it's not even an animation, and I know it's just a simple rotation. But interestingly, with like very little, with just adjusting the arms and the wrists, it really really does look impressive. For the Commodore 64, that is. Bunk. Oh, this is perfect. But I'm just gonna adjust for the wind. Bunk. And bunk. Oh, that's gonna be too hard. Stop rolling. We render. Our game is comprised of only the finest of free-range bits. Each 1 and 0 carefully chosen from the choicest of computations. All zeros positively shine with plumpness, and no one is more sleek than our ones. Amazing. My God. Very artisan. Oh, how sinfully delicious. I'm figuring it out. I saw a video the other day, from a... Excuse me, I had to cough there. I think the fella was like an artist or an animator. And, he devised a method to do modern, sub-pixel drawing. So, since most LCDs put red, green, and blue, pixels for a picture element. The red, green, and blue elements for a single pixel right beside each other as rectangles. That, when combined, would make like a square pixel. What he thought to do was, instead of treating each of those, instead of treating the pixel as a pixel, you could treat each of the 3 color elements as a pixel, so long as you choose to ignore color in your image. And it actually works out really well. And it helps with high resolution so long as you can do something after the fact to, like, force each of your... Like, after the image is drawn on your screen, do something to it to strip it of color. And the reason I think of that is this little arrow. Because yeah, I know that sometimes if you like put the line over top of like the green, it's gonna turn green. Or if you put it over the water, it turns blue. But I noticed on the green, the color would very rapidly change, even though there was nothing on screen that would necessitate the change. So it's like, I wonder if this guy's doing something similar. Bunk. The other reason I say that is this line is very hard to see. And yeah, it's made up of different colors when I point in a different way. You know what? This is a cool little game. Even if I think it's stupid sometimes. Even if I think it's stupid. I am enjoying myself very much. And bunk. Six shots. It's getting there. It's getting there. Ah, yes. Where's my start point? It's right here. And the wind is blowing a little to the west, so I'll shoot from here. All right, wind. Save me. It did not save me. No, hang on. I'm on the fairway. It did save me. Okay, now this. And don't flub. Interesting curve, though. Okay, one thing I'll tell you, this thing calculates the line way faster than that other one did. When it made you punch in the time and then it just sat there and computed for like a solid 10 seconds. Ah, I flubbed, okay. Hey, just a little itty bitty bop. Just baby bop. Bop. There we go. bitchy. Okay. Oh, that's pretty close. Alright, you. Let's get you in the hole. Pop. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Boop. I wonder if there were other platforms tournament golf was made for. So I'm almost starting to wonder if it was maybe for the Apple II as well. We'll go to the wedge. Very nice. Stop. Cease. And the way it just chugs, it just... This is a bad game in a good way, not a bad game in a bad way. Because it's done in earnest, it's good, like, technologically it's good, it's just execution bothers me immensely. And it's not its fault, and it's not the developer's fault. It's just they didn't know better. Drop. Okay, so we're gonna go with a 2 wood. But it's cool, like, technologically, I've not seen another game do that. Sorry, for this platform. I've not seen another game for this platform do this in this way before. I feel like they even added ball curvature, because it curves in, it can spiral into the hole. Like, I just saw it in the line that it drew for the ball's trajectory. This should do. There we are on the green. Oh, come on. I'm not even on the green. Why did it let me have this? Okay. So something tells me here that we are unfortunately not going to be able to get to a 4th game in the challenge again. Because we've gone through, we're at hour 3 now. That's okay. Alright, 380 yards to the hole. And... land? There we go. That's on the green. So while that's drawing, I'm gonna look up tournament golf B64. And this is the part where it becomes impossible to search because everything in this era was called golf, tournament golf, professional golf, leaderboard golf. Because everyone's like, oh, nobody's thought of using that. Turbo golf. Actually, I don't think anyone's used turbo golf. Admittedly. Let's stop rolling. I need a curve like that. There. All right. Continue. Driver. Yeah, I think the driver. The driver will do. Mm-hmm. Avalon Hill. Oh, did I go in the water? Wrong. Alright. I didn't think it went into the water, but well, whatever. At least I'm not flubbing anymore. Yep. Yeah, that's what it is. I've been looking this game up between drawing. Between it, like, drawing the levels. And yes. Tournament Golf by Avalon Hill is also for the Apple II. Which probably explains the, like, black background and like the weird colors on the line and whatnot. That's still too hard. Bunk. There we go. You're kidding. Boop. There we are. Let's go 9 iron. And boop. Very nice. Let's see. That looks like a shot. And boop. Oh, a little too hard. Yeah, there it is. F1. Pop. And on fairway. Good. Now let's see if I can pull this off. Perfect. Real close. Real close. And boop. You're kidding. What the hell? Boop. There we go. Continue. Okay, this is a tight one, but we'll see if I can pull this off. Yeah, right on the green. Well, frankly, shouldn't have let me have that. And boop. No. And boop. You're kidding. Come on. Come on, you. I believe in you. Son of a bitch. Get in the hole. Oh. Thank you. Alright, and pull her back, let her fly, and I've flubbed it. No, I didn't. So I went a little bit above 90 degrees. I was worried for a minute. And wedge. Perfect. Boop. Where are you going? Okay, good. Thought it was running away for a minute. Cannot see that cursor. Alright. South course, amateur. Low, score 99. Continue. We got about 3 more holes, I think. Yep, so we're on... Yeah, 3 more holes. And then we'll be done this installment of the challenge. Oh. We're in the 21st century with this. I love it. I shouldn't be as happy with this game as I am. I just really something about it just gets to me. And boop. Don't go in the water. Yeah, we didn't go in the water. Okay. Go with a 2-iron, I think. Hey, Michi, how you doing? You doing good? I hope so. We're just on the last 3 holes before we wrap it up here for tonight. So we were on track, but then I went and goofed up loading this game off floppy, and we had to start the load process over, and that was like another 15 minutes of our time gone. But yeah, I think by the time we finish up, it's gonna be 3 hours 30 minutes in, and since I went a little long. Pains no kid knows today. Well, it's okay. It's a little bit worse for a Commodore 64 as well, because like, I think Sunfall put it best when he said, the problem with them is you have to load. You load from the floppy, which loads a preloader, which loads the loader, which loads your game. And then ironically, that's to make it load faster. And it does. The problem is, it's just the floppy drive on these is notoriously slow. So it's not like loading a floppy on DOS, it's like... Actually, I don't even know the transfer speed. I think it's something really low. It's been like 5 minutes, my game is still loading. You're like, yeah, first time? In my day, we went for a coffee break. We'd go load our game and we'd come back in the evening for it. And we'd play it for hours. Not because it was fun, but because we didn't have time to load another. We liked it. Isn't that fucked up, grandchild that doesn't exist? We actually liked it. What the fuck was wrong with us? Make a sandwich, grab a nice drink, come back, get comfy, wait the last 5 minutes out while debating if grabbing chips is a good idea or not. Yep. Ain't that the truth? My favorite thing about this? The little golf man. He's the little golf man. I saw him on the intro screen. I'm like, that little golfing man better be there. And wouldn't you know it? He was. Little golf man was there with his little hat. Loading failed. Well, I guess I'm gonna go do a quick trip to the store. Ba, 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 ba. Alright. The grand finale hole. Disc 3 of 3 not recognized. Oh yeah, insert disc 2. Where the fuck did I put disc 2? I can't remember what version of Windows it was. I think it was 7. As like an April Fool's thing, Microsoft broke up the Windows 7 they packaged Windows 7 on floppies, and it came to like 100 and some floppies. No, not 100 and some. The ISO is like a few gigabytes. Anyway, there was a lot of floppies. There's not a single scratch. How can you not read? Getting the no disc patch. Oh, did I? Oh shit, wrong club. Driver, 2 wood. Wood, 4 wood, 2 iron, 3 iron. No, 4 wood. I want 4 wood. Let's dit. Were you messing with the magnets in this room? Near this table? No, yeah, this room specifically. Okay, my grievance with floppies was I could never get a floppy drive for my computer because I was like a broke-ass motherfucker. And like, I couldn't buy them new. I'd buy them used, or like bum them off somebody that's used, or salvage them, and their heads would always be misaligned. So yeah, I could format them and read them on my machine, but the moment I went somewhere else with it, it was unreadable. I'm like, well, what the fuck good is that? Early encryption be like, oh yeah, I just can't read it because the guy fucked up writing it. Who needs an Enigma machine? Alright, there we go. That is 18 holes. And you know what? Despite this being, like, nowhere near Oh my god, I can print the scorecard if I had a printer. Isn't that amazing? Print scorecard, no. No, I do not need this shame printed. The end. Insert master disk and press run stop to play again. Presses stop. That's enough of that. Okay. I enjoyed that. I think I'm putting a note. Out of all of the golf games I think I've played today, that is one that I have enjoyed the most. And it seems like my video playback has stuttered pretty heavily. Personal favorite. Okay, so we managed to get through 3 today. Look at him! Look at the little golf man! Look at him! Amazing! Let's give it up for Ken Coates! Yes! This is... okay. I know I sometimes, like, I rag on these games, but, like, again, I have to say it again. A lot of these were really impressive for the time that they were written in, and some of these were, like, somebody's first computer program, like, ever. And there are some that are just horrendous, just stinkers of games. But there are others in here where it's just really unique because there wasn't a standard for how to make these, right? And so somebody has to figure that out for themselves, and they have their own idea on how it should be done. And it just makes the weirdest thing you've ever seen. And sometimes it's great, and sometimes it's terrible, and sometimes you get a little stick man with a tam o'shanter, and you have to control his arms and his wrists, or you completely fuck up your shot. And it uses sub-pixel precision, which makes it hard to see. You know, shit like that. But, I think, since, well, I want to wrap it up early for 2 reasons. The first one is, I don't think I can get another game loaded and get through it, without the time stretching way too long. And I went a little long, yesterday. So, I'd like to do that to kind of even it out. Now, what I would like to do, however, is where was it here? Where was the tab? Oh boy, where'd it go? I would like to raid on over to someone else. And there was a recommendation yesterday for Thebes, I believe it's his name. And I had his... oh, he already ended. Damn it. Oh well. He's got his own life. Alright, is there a last minute pivot I can do? A last minute pivot to somebody who matches the vibe. You know what? I think I know who we're gonna raid over to. So if you'd like to raid somebody, Hopert is playing an old action RPG. I'm gonna make a note of Copert. I think I want to start making a list of people to raid to. New tab, file, new, text file, Copert. So, I'm actually already in his channel. Oh yeah. So, I'm gonna make a note for Copert. So I have an idea on who I would like to raid into here. Actually, let me check out Copert. You know what? Let me check out Copert. Why not? What Why not? Let's do it. Let's have a look-see. Let's have a look. He's playing Seal. Oh, not Diablo, but it looks like something else. Hey, you know what? Ah, hell. Why not? Let's go raid him. We have a good vouch. We have a good vouch from Sunfall, so let's do that. All right, so let's do a quick summary here before we get ahead of ourselves. So, today we managed to get through 3 games. The first was a variant of Pro Golf where the course was changed to, it says here, Pro Golf Sunningdale. The one we had played last week was Pro Golf Pebble Beach, and the golf course was Pebble Beach. Then we played a game called Simule Golf, which turned out to be mini golf, which I thought was really fun, and then it became very not fun very quickly. And then finally, the last one we played for the night was tournament golf, and that one is, to me, delightfully awful. Just the controls and mechanics are just perfect to me. I love it. So, that's what we managed to get out of the way. But I think it's time for me to wrap up here for tonight. So, as always, I'm not going to tell you what to do, so I'm not going to tell you to stay out of trouble. But all I ask is that if you do get in trouble, you make sure it's the good kind of trouble. And you all stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.